So you're thinking of moving to MacDonald Highlands. You have heard all about the panoramic views. You've heard about the country club lifestyle. But let me tell you, it is not all champagne and sunsets. There is a little bit that you need to know about MacDonald Highlands before you make that leap. And in this video, we're going to talk about all of the things that could be deal breakers, but I don't think you're going to see it that way. I think that you're going to love everything about this community. So, what makes you the most nervous when you think about moving into a luxury community? Is it the HOA rules? Maybe it's the privacy. Let me know in the comments below. So the first challenge of finding your perfect home in MacDonald Highlands is going to be the sticker shock. But if you've been looking in this area, that is not going to surprise you. But what might surprise you if you haven't looked in a while is the fact that prices are steadily increasing. There are multiple homes in this community that are over $15 million. So the price tag could become an issue. Another expense is going to be the HOA fees. And while you're driving through the community, you're going to notice the wonderful landscaping, all of the parks, the clubhouse, the tennis courts and pickleball courts, and all of the things that are going to make you really want to live in this area. But your HOA dues are what's paying to upkeep all of this. So you're also going to want to keep in mind that if you have a double gate, that is also going to cost you more. So just one more expense to add on to the stunning home that you're looking to purchase. And don't forget about Dragon Ridge Country Club, especially if you want to be a part of the social scene. That is also an additional expense when you're looking to move into this community. And as you can expect, whenever you are in a community that is luxury, you're going to find larger homes, which also means higher property taxes and higher utility costs. But with many of these homes being new construction, you're going to find that the builders actually build a more energy efficient home. So your utility costs might not be as high as you thought they were going to be. So what's the solution to all of this? Well, do you just want the home that you see, or are you really excited about the lifestyle that being in MacDonald Highlands offers you? Because if you're just looking for the house, maybe the lifestyle doesn't fit. But if the lifestyle fits everything that you've been looking for, then this could be where you need to live. So what's the one extra that you would be willing to splurge on? Would it be the HOA perks? Would it be private security or access to the clubhouse? Let me know in the comments. So challenge number 2 is the HOA rulebook, because you are not going to live in a community like this without the HOA having a few rules. So you might have to give up a little bit of your privacy, since the HOA knows when you're coming, when you're going, you are monitored at the gate, and everyone around you has cameras. So it could feel a little bit like you're living in a fishbowl, but that is what you would expect when you have as many high-profile individuals living within one community. So there are some strict regulations, which, if you've ever lived in an HOA, you would expect. Some of those include your landscaping, which is not limited to just your front yard. If you are changing anything that is already currently there, they are going to want to know what you're putting in. So say hello to the architectural committee, because you're going to have to submit all of your proposals and wait to get them approved. which at times might not be a very quick process, especially when you are building a pool and because you are located in the city of Henderson. Some of these things take a little bit longer than if you were in Las Vegas. Another issue is the parking. If you have guests over, they have to have a permit to park in the street. If you are having guests come over and they are speeding, the speeding is monitored. And when they give your name at the gate, you are the one who is informed that your guests broke the rules. Another thing that you're going to have to deal with is any modifications at all that you are making to the outside structure of your home is going to have to yet again go through that architectural committee process. But they try to make it easy. You can submit those requests online, but you're waiting for those approvals. So keep that in mind before you get this home thinking you're going to make changes to it, because some of the changes you might want to make, you might not actually be able to. So what's the solution to this? Well, you are going to get an HOA resale package if you're buying new, or even if you are buying brand new, you get the rules and regulations of the community. So you will have access to those to make sure that everything that is in them that you can live with. And if you can't, then you just cancel the contract within 5 days. Or make sure that before you fall in love with anything that you've added to your Pinterest board that you just know you have to have, make sure that it is actually going to be able to be done. That way, you don't get your heart broken if you can't have that particular thing. And by the way, I'm Eileen Guilbeault, your go-to real estate advisor for all things relocating to Las Vegas. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you can join in on all the fun we're having every time a new video is uploaded. Challenge number 3 is privacy and security. So as you may have guessed, there are some pretty high-profile individuals living within MacDonald Highlands. And while that's awesome because it keeps your property values going up, you could feel a little bit like you're being watched because everyone has these amazing security systems on the outside of their home, and some people living within this community also have private security on top of the roaming security that goes throughout the area. So if you don't want all of these eyeballs on you, that could cause a problem. Another issue might be the gate. Well, actually 3 gates. So only one of them is for guests. So when you're having guests come over, you may find that maybe they're not as on time as you would like them to be, but that's because there could be a backup at that gate. And luckily, Four Seasons is putting in a 3rd gate. So right now there's only 2, but with Four Seasons also comes people who are looky-loos. They're coming to see Four Seasons. So they're driving around the neighborhood. They're coming to look at new construction homes. So while they're here, let's just pop on over and see what other kind of homes are in this community. So that could be a hindrance to your privacy. So what's the solution? Well, listen, you are going to learn the rhythm of the gate, meaning you'll get an idea once you live here of when the busy times are, and then you can just avoid those times. And if you don't like the looky-loos, you always have the option of purchasing a home within one of those double gates. So you'll come through the guard gate, and then you'll have a secondary gate to get into a small enclave of homes behind that second gate. Challenge number 4 is location and accessibility. I mean, if you want hillside living, it takes a minute, right, to drive up those windy roads. And it doesn't just take 5 minutes. And if you get car sick, you might want to forget it, because you could kind of get some of those, stomach issues while you're driving up that hill. And you're not going to be close to much of anything. So if you were looking for maybe being able to take your golf cart to the grocery store, or maybe walk to the grocery store or a coffee shop, you are not going to be able to do that when you live within MacDonald Highlands. So you might want to factor in some extra time when you are traveling to other parts of the city, especially if you are going to maybe the older part of Henderson, or if you're going to Summerlin, because the traffic on the 215 at certain times of the day can take you quite a while to get to where you want to go. So what's the solution? If you really hate those long commute times, consider hiring a driver. You can work while they get you where you need to go. Or if you don't want to hike to your favorite grocery store, consider having those groceries delivered. Then you don't even have to think about getting in the car, because you're not going to be able to walk or maybe even drive your golf cart to your favorite store from the MacDonald Highlands area. And if that commute time is something that you really are just, I cannot do it, then maybe this is not the right area for you. Are you team, I love my peace and quiet? Or are you team, I want to be 5 minutes from my favorite coffee shop? Let me know in the comments. Challenge 5 is the custom home building process, if that is what you intend to do. Now, let's start with resales first, because you could potentially do a resale home and want to make some changes. The process through the city could be a lengthy one, but if you find that perfect home that hits the market that you just know you have to have, then you want to make sure that you have a realtor who is keeping an eye on these homes as they come on the market, so that you can make sure and get your offer in as quickly as possible, because the good ones really do go very quickly because the area is highly desirable. Then if you are trying to go the custom home route, make sure that you pack your patience, because the approval process for the city of Henderson, which is where MacDonald Highlands is located, can be a lengthy one. And your builder needs to be aware of all of the rules and regulations that Henderson as a city has in place. And then maybe have your plan in place, but also have a backup plan just in case your initial plans are not approved. So what is the solution for taking some time off of potentially what could be a years-long building process if you are building custom? Well, one way would be to buy one of the already built homes up here in MacDonald Highlands. While they may not exactly be custom, they could be what you're looking for in the long run. Or if you are going the custom home route, make sure that you are interviewing developers who have previously built or have experience within MacDonald Highlands, because the process is quite a bit different here. They'll need to know how to navigate the city of Henderson so that they can compress that time and get you into that home quicker. So here's a few final thoughts. If you love luxury and exclusivity, then you are going to love living in MacDonald Highlands. And if you're okay with a few HOA rules and some extra travel time, you are going to fit right in. Need more Las Vegas relocation info and real estate tips? Make sure to watch one of the videos on your screen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time.